Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to create a Facebook Messenger bot campaign for seller lead generation. And as you can see here on our ad manager, down here we have messages. And this is a new objective that we can use to send people directly into your Facebook Messenger. And if you have a bot created, that's a great way to really kick off the bot and get things started and develop a rapport and have really a nice shortcut to be able to build up an audience, almost like an email list, like email subscribers, very easily with really little friction, right? We're not sending them to a landing page. We're not asking them to fill out a form. We're just asking them to click on the ad that sends them into the Facebook Messenger. And essentially it starts a conversation with them automatically if we have a Facebook bot that we've created. So the idea with this campaign is that we're going to have a page, a brand new page that we're going to create. And this page, this Facebook page, is going to be a little bit of a stealth page. So it's going to have the name of either your local area, market, or city, and then we're going to say real estate market report. And this is going to be more seller specific. So we're really going to try and go after homeowners with the actual ad targeting here. But the goal is to have some sort of Facebook page that looks semi-type of corporate, yet not as too hyper local either. We're going to have something that people will feel a little bit more like they can engage with it without being without being highly targeted. So the page that we're going to create is going to be something like Phoenix area real estate market updates. Use this Facebook bot to get weekly or monthly updates about how the real estate market is performing. Get new updates. So this is going to be a way for us to really get a large list of homeowners interacting with our bot that we can later on run a campaign to or run a broadcast message to them. So first what we're going to do is we're going to start with actually creating the page. And before that, we're going to start to then create the imagery for it. So I'm going to use Snappa, and I'm going to go into Snappa here, and I'm going to try and find something that might work for a cover photo for us that we can use. So I'm going to kind of scroll down and see if there might be something that we might be able to use here. So I'm going to use this one and see if we can kind of tweak this just a little bit here. Let's see if I can change the background image a little bit and make it a little more real estate specific. Let's see here. So I think we have, if you have any homes or anything that you've been using for your local market area, that might be good as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to look up homes. So let's see if we can just actually search for some homes in here. So depending on your market area, what that might look like, but let's go ahead and type in the actual title here. So I'm going to go ahead and call this So we're going to call this Scottsdale Real Estate Market Report. And see if we can scrunch this down a little bit more. Take it back here. So we want this to look as natural as possible without looking too amateur kind of style, right? Because we want them to feel safe with this. So we want basically to say, get local market updates from our Facebook bot. Okay. And let's see if we can change some of the background photo here. Now I know that's not a photo of Scottsdale, but essentially we would want to find a local market area that resonates well with those folks. So look for a market or a little report. See if we can find anything there. Maybe we'll have some sort of report. And it might be a little messy, so we'll kind of clean this up a little bit. Get rid of some of the things that might make it too messy. So we have Scottsdale real estate market report. Updates. So make that line stand out a little bit more. All right, so we'll try this and see what this looks like as a Facebook page. So we'll just say, I'm going to say RE market report bot. All right, so I'll download that image, and then now I'm going to go ahead and take the same type of one, and I'm going to go into Snap as well in another tab here and try and create a Facebook ad for that. So I'm going to scroll down. And the goal is we want to keep this consistent, the look of it as consistent as possible. So I'm going to go back to this one, choose this, and same thing. Going to copy this, paste it there. And I believe our size was 26. Same thing, change some of the color there. And I'm probably going to keep this call to action on the side here and change this from contact us to get updated. So for this, I might actually take it over here just for aesthetic purposes of people's eyes kind of reading and going over here. Now, if I wanted to play off the actual messenger button that's going to be down here, then I might put that closer down or have some sort of arrow, you know, kind of linking down to it. But we'll just have that here for now. Same thing, we'll change the background here. And we'll look up homes. Change the color overlay just a bit here. So I might make this one a little larger than the one we have in the Facebook cover image. And then what we'll do is choose another graphic here. Let's see if we have a house or a home. To kind of signify that this is a real estate market report for homeowners. So we might want to signify something with cash, or what that looks like. So we can equate some sort of value and money to it. Some slightly subliminal type of imagery we can add to that as well. So slightly eye-catching, and then Scottsdale Real Estate Market Report updates, get local market updates from our Facebook, let's say messenger bot. And then we'll have the get updated there. And we'll add a little bit of room on either side here. Move this down just a bit. And actually change this to say get updates. All right, so that's our ad creation there. So we have something that kind of catches their attention a little bit. And it has a call to action on it that says get updates. So we have some info there. Let's see, we might make this just a tad bit larger. Same thing with this. Enough where people might be able to read it. So we call this seller bot FB ad. So at least we have that. And we'll download that image there. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that title there, and then I'm going to use that to go ahead and create our page. So I'm going to open up Facebook again. And we'll go into pages here, and we'll hit create page. So then this is where we can choose the pages that we want to create. So we'll go for company or organization or institution. So we'll just click that and choose a category, and we can say here is something along the lines of oh, there's not a good category for us. So let's try this, and we'll just, for now, call this consulting agency, and we'll place this in here. Oh, so it looks like, so we're going to call it Scottsdale Real Estate Market Report Updates. And so we'll go in and we'll add our cover photo. So I'm going to go into my downloads, type in so we have our cover photo there, and then we'll add our picture. Oh, we don't have a picture yet for that, but we'll update one, and we'll hit save. All right, so that's going to be the page that's linked to the ad that we're going to be running from this page. So if anyone goes to it, it's going to have our Scottsdale Real Estate Market Report updates. And then for this, we'll add a button. So it'll be get in touch, and we'll choose send message. And so we can turn on instant replies for this as well. So people who click on this button will start a Facebook Messenger with you and get those replies. And we can edit that later and change that. But for right now, we'll just hit add so they can send a message. All right. All right, so now that we've created our cover photo for here, we're going to go into our bot that we're going to create. So I'm going to open up Chat Fuel, and we're going to go in and create an actual bot that's going to interact with those people there. So what we're going to do is create a blank bot here. We'll start by clicking on that. And then we'll just open this up. We'll click blank bot. We'll give that bot a name. And so we're going to call this. So we're going to call that Scottsdale Real Estate Market Report Updates. And we'll click on that to go back in. So we have our welcome message, which is the first thing that it's going to send off when people interact with it. So what we want to do here is first delete this, and we'll keep part of the welcome message, however you want to have that. I do suggestive personalization here. So we'll say, hi, first name, nice to meet you. My name is, and then we can, we can create something kind of clever. My name is, Marquito or something like that, right? You could have kind of a playful name. They'll say, my name is Marquito, your real estate market update bot. I will be updating you about the local real estate market trends, home values, and properties that are on the market. So just to kind of give it a little bit of a personality here, you don't have to name it Marquito, but be playful. I mean, use any kind of name you want, but just try and have some sort of personality with it, at least, so people will interact. You want the threat level to be really low, so a happy, fun kind of personality will give it that playful personality in order to get people to interact and feel safe and welcome. So we have, hi, first name, nice to meet you. My name is Marquito, your real estate market update bot. I will be updating you about the local real estate market trends, home values, and properties that are on the market. And then so what we can say here is, I will send you monthly updates about the Scottsdale real estate market. So we can just leave it right there and just have that message. Now, if you wanted to add a button, you could then add a button and have create a block, and we have that in kind of in other tutorial videos about how to create that, or have a URL that goes somewhere. But for now, really, our goal is just to get people in here and just to get them to start, right? Just to get this built up. And then what we can do is, as we get this created, we can hit broadcast, and then we'll create messages that will say deliver your message now, or we can schedule it for later, and then basically have these different updates. So let's say schedule for later. Let's say this is going to be about a month out, and what we can do is, let's say our first one, after we've built up a pretty good audience, let's say we send it out on the 31st, and then we would have some sort of text that says, hi, this is Marquito, your real estate market bot. I have your monthly report ready for how the market performed in October. It looks like chat fuel keeps kicking me out here. Performed in October. Click below to read the real estate updates. And then this is where you could then add a button. And in this button, you could either have a block, if you pre-created a block, or a URL. And so this URL, you could say, this could go to, let's say, top producer, if you have that. Or it could go to your blog. Or it could go to, if you have a post, inside of Facebook on that page that we've created, it could go to there. So wherever you want to send them to, just make sure that there's a marker report. If there's a PDF, let's say you use RPR. If you don't know what RPR is, let's take a look here. Just going to show you what RPR, which is, I believe it's free to pretty much every real estate agent out there. And you can create reports. And those reports are PDFs that you can create really easily and create those RPR reports and then place them in here. And then we would just have some sort of name that says October, real estate or October's report, October market report. Or we just, it looks like we might not have enough words there. So we'll just say market update. And then if you want, we might be able to kind of put some numbers there. So that's where you could just say, market update. And they would click on that and then it'd send them to the RPR PDF that you put for that URL inside of there. And it could trigger that. I don't have a report ready for me, so I'm just going to put in my website for now as a placeholder for us. But that would be the market update. And then so this would go out and we just program it, we just broadcast it to go out at the end of every month, right? So maybe a few days before or that day, you just hit broadcast, schedule for later, name the time, and then this is going to send out. And so you would basically then just go ahead and it would show you all the users you have in there. And then at that time and date, it would then send out the report. Or you would hit deliver your message now and do the same thing, right? And send out that market report. And then it's going to send it out to everybody in that Facebook Messenger. So it's going to come then from the Scottsdale Real Estate Market Report update. That bot is going to broadcast the message just like an email blast to all the people inside of the Facebook Messenger that interacted with it. So they're going to get this report, they're going to click on this and read the report. Now you can have, of course, your name and face branded to that, but this is just really kind of a way to bypass the threat level if they're hesitant to interact with a realtor, but you're providing this report to them. And so just keep this updated. And if there's people that actually strike up a conversation with that messenger, then you can just jump in, right, and chime in from your phone or desktop and start a conversation with them, whatever that might be. And the ability to then create either some sort of retargeting campaign later on is going to be pretty easy. You would just go inside of your ad manager, and then for that bot of people that interacted with that bot, you would go to ad manager. You would then go to audiences, and then you would click on create audience. or custom audience, and you would go down to engagement, and then you're going to go to your Facebook page, and then you're going to choose your page. So let's see if we can find our real estate, Scottsdale Real Estate Market Report. And then we go down to people who sent a message to your page. So people who sent a message to your page in the past 365 days, and then we would name this basically Scottsdale, however you want, market report, messenger bot. And then you would create that audience. So then you could create an ad to anybody that is engaged with that audience and start showing them your properties, whatever it might be, if you want to retarget them later on. The idea is that with this type of thing, you're building up an audience inside of your messenger bot, and you're driving traffic in here, and you just keep updating them, and you can then strike up a conversation. The bot maybe later on could actually send out a broadcast that you might want to send out later that would say something along the lines of, would you also like to know the value of your home? Or we're doing a market survey. When do you plan on selling your home in the Scottsdale area? And people might respond back, and you could have a few different choices, right? You could have them, basically click on the button that says, 20 days, 30 days, whatever it might be, and start to engage with that audience that way. So you're using a little bit of anonymity behind it to create this way to get sellers in here to engage, but you're providing them value on a monthly basis. So now that we have this bot created, if we go back up to build, we have our welcome message here, and then what we'll do is we'll connect to Facebook by clicking that button, and then we're going to choose a page. So I'm going to go down to the page, and I'm going to choose Scottsdale Real Estate Market Updates, and we have now published that page. So what we can do is hit test this chatbot, continue as Travis Thom. I'm going to view it on Messenger to see what it looks like here. So I just got a message on my phone. It just kind of came through. And we can see, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Marquito, your real estate market update bot, right? Kind of goes through, and then I can interact with it. So then that is how we create the bot. Now we want to create an ad driving traffic to it. So I'll go back into our ad manager here, where we have selected messages. So for this, I'm going to call this the seller market update bot. And ad set name, I'm going to call this Scottsdale market update bot, targeting homeowners. And then here's where then we could build out who we want to target. So let's say we want to type in Scottsdale. And then I might want to do the current city. If I'm using more a specific name like Phoenix, right, then we could do, basically everyone in there. Or I could just do current city only and people who live in this location. And then I'm going to type in people that are homeowners. So I have 95,000 people. And I might use something kind of broad, like just like this. Homeowners, because I want to have it as be broad as an audience as I can, without getting too narrow and too specific, but I want to build up a really large list. I want hundreds and hundreds of people to be in this bot over, over several months or a year. And if I can get a list of, almost 1,000 people in there, then the odds of me sending market updates to them and getting them to interact and then getting them to go back to my main website and search are going to increase the odds of getting these people to sell their home with me over time. And you might then go into your chat bot and then send out hey, this home just hit the market, and send out a broadcast to all the people inside that messenger. Let them know there's an open house coming up this weekend, and it just happens to be your open house, right? Those are the kind of things that we can look at there. All right, so then we have 95,000 people in there. And since this is going to be sending people to your Facebook Messenger, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove Instagram, and I'm also going to remove Messenger. I don't want people inside of Messenger having to go back into Messenger or being in Instagram and have to leave Instagram. I want them to stay inside the Facebook environment. So I'm going to keep them all on there for now. Now, this size of audience, I would probably be spending around $10 a day to get us around 340 people daily reach, right, to keep in front of these folks for a while. So I'm going to get set up to send out tomorrow, set up an automatic bid for now. And then we'll call this name, market update messages. If you remember, we created an ad already for this, or we created the image for it. So I'm going to go and upload that image. And let's see if I have that available here. So I have the ad. So that's what it looks like, Scottsdale Real Estate Market Report updates. And, oh, I need to go and change the page. I forgot to do that. Let's see here if we can go to that page. Okay, so because I haven't set up the actual ad account for this, now is a good time to show you guys that how we add the Scottsdale Real Estate Market Report page to this actual ad. So I'm going to go up here to the Business Manager, Ad Manager. So I don't want to do it in here because I'm going to lose my work. So I'm going to go up here into this tab, go into Ad Manager, and go down into Business Settings, under Settings. And then I'm going to choose a selected business manager that I have. So if you don't have a business manager, you'll need to create one, but it would open up this, and then what you do is you go to Pages, and then you can add the pages here. So I would click Add New Pages, Add a Page, and then I can select, and then I would type in Scottsdale Real Estate Market Report, right? So then that would have that page here. This is the page I choose, and I hit Add Page. And then close, and that's it. So then that one should now populate, hopefully, inside of here. Let's see if I might have to refresh my page. Fortunate, looks like I might have to. So I'm going to go ahead and reload that page there, but that's a step that we shouldn't forget as you're creating that. So go ahead and start off with messages. So since I already went over the targeting, I'm going to kind of skip over that and just show you guys directly into creating the actual ad here, and getting back into it. So hopefully, let's see if we have Scottsdale available for us. There we go. And then we'll browse our library and see if we can pull up that photo we created. And there we go. So now we have our Scottsdale real estate market report updates. So for the headline here, we could say something clever or really kind of improve upon what we've built in this ad. And we would say something like, get local real estate market updates delivered by a bot. That might be too long for the mobile news feed. So let's see here. If we can kind of reduce that a little bit here. Okay, so real estate updates sent to your messenger. There we go, market updates sent to your messenger. So we have at least the real estate part up here, but we'll just say market updates sent to your messenger. Okay, so we have get updated monthly by your personal Facebook Messenger bot. Each month, get updates on how the real estate market is performing, homes that just hit the market, open houses, and local trends and home values. So, and then we have market updates sent to your messenger, send message.